Hello, my beautiful sisters. Welcome back to another episode of Talk to Aunty Rosy Podcast. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about that famous saying that goes, "You can give what you don't have."
Welcome to Talk to Aunty Rosy, the podcast that helps women who are healing by having deep conversations, giving practical advice and words of encouragement. Come on, let's talk about it.
Hi, I am Rose Jones, and I'm your host here at Talk to Aunty Rosy Podcast. For my first time listeners, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a survivor of self-hate, domestic violence, childhood trauma, and I am currently battling PTSD, but I didn't allow any of that to stop me. I decided to use my experience to help other women, so I created a community for women who are in their beginning stages of self-healing. In our community, we help women with skill building. We give women useful tools to use in their self-healing journey. We have educational programs and we support women in the way that they need to be supported. On this podcast, we'll be having deep conversations. I'm going to be giving you advice and showering you with all the love and support you may need. So, if you are a woman who are trying to heal, that needs support, and wants to feel love and want to love herself better, then you are at the right place. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so that you won't miss any episodes. Now, let's talk about today's topic. A famous saying that goes, "You cannot give what you don't have." You probably heard this saying once or twice in your life. But have you ever stopped to wonder what this saying is actually means or what it's trying to tell you? Before I dive deep into this topic, I want you to ask yourself a question. When was the last time you didn't blame yourself when something went wrong? When was the last time you put yourself first? And when was the last time you heard someone say something to put you down and you thought they were right? You see, the world that we live in today is brutal. The media has set a bar of expectation so high for both genders, but more for us. We have to look a certain way, behave a certain way, want certain things, and achieve certain goals. If we fail to do so, we are made to feel less than who we are. That is the mentality that this world has today. And somewhere along the road, trying to be the ideal person that everybody loves and wants you to be, we lost the love that we have for ourselves. You see, all these people are chasing a similar things, and we feel like we should too. But have you asked yourself if this is what you actually want? You'll be surprised by what you'll find out about yourself simply by asking yourself certain things or by paying attention to what things that you do like. We spend so much time on social media and not even noticing that we are allowing social media to destroy our love for ourselves. Social media tells you how to look, how to dress, how to behave, and when you see people going crazy over these influencers, you unconsciously start to put yourself down for not looking like that or dressing differently. Being different is something that you should be proud of. But the moment you hear someone comment otherwise, you suddenly want to change things about yourself. Why? Because you lack self-love. It takes a lot to accept yourself and love yourself as is. And if you love your nose and your lips, so why does it matter if someone else doesn't like them? If you love the way you dress, why should you let a change in trend define the way you dress? If you change because of what others say, you're not because of what you want for yourself, then you know that you have work to do, because you're defining who you are by how other people define you. Think about it like this: how could you give genuine love, support, and care to someone else when you neglect yourself? And if you still give support and love to other people that you don't have for yourself, you are distracting yourself. And you don't want to face your own insecurities. To achieve self-love, you have to fight for yourself every turn of the way. To overcome all your negative thoughts, you must believe from your heart that there is something special about you. To do that, you must know who you truly are. Look into yourself and you'll find all your secrets before you'll find your dreams, your aspirations, your expectations for yourself, the good and the bad. You'll know it all. So it's only a matter of loving yourself as you are. Self-love is loving the person that you see in the mirror, the merits, the flaws, but it's easier said than done. So here are some things that you can do that can help you love yourself more. First, don't let other opinions about yourself influence you. You are a person. You spend most of your time with yourself. So why should you rely on someone else to make you feel worthy? Why should you base your life and your self-esteem on the opinion of others when you can do it on your own? So ask yourself your own opinions. Praise yourself on your accomplishments and compliment yourself when you feel good about your looks. Save yourself when you feel like you are around toxic people, and always challenge other people's opinions about you if it makes you feel bad about yourself. Remember, you are your own best friend. You should cherish yourself like you would cherish a true friend. Now, next, I want you to try to accept yourself. This part is hard for me because I've been talked about my whole life. I used to dread going to school every day because some people would go out their way to bother me. They would make fun of my big glasses, my different skin tone, my gap. All this made me feel very insecure about myself. I grew up believing I was ugly, but in reality, I was only a little different than them. But when you hear the same things from so many people, you can't help but to believe it. So I started to hate myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I had to rely on my glasses, these big glasses. I hated that I was different. But the little value that I have for myself was shattered with every comment that was made against me. Then one day, my teacher noticed something was wrong with me, and then she seen my broken glasses. She didn't ask me what happened. She already knew by the look on my face to cheer me up. She volunteered to buy me another pair of glasses. Like, I love this teacher. She took me to Land Crafters. She got me a pair of glasses that wasn't like these Medicaid glasses. You know, the Medicaid glasses was messed up back in the day. So they wasn't big, they wasn't funny looking, they actually fit my face. And she also took me, I don't know if y'all know Old Country Buffet, but yes, Old Country Buffet. We had a very meaningful conversation. When we ate dinner, while we was eating, she told me how beautiful I was and not to listen to what other people think about me. She tried her best to speak life into me. The next day, I was happier than ever. Like, I was like, nothing nobody could say or do could like take that happiness away. I was still feeling good from my teacher, encouragement words. So nothing anyone said affected me that day. But as I was walking home, I ran into a few girls from school that happened to live in my neighborhood. I guess they was jealous of my happiness. So one of the girls bumped into me and my glasses fell off my face. And when I went to pick them up, the other girl ran up and stepped on them. Yes, stepped on them and broke my glasses. I picked them up and ran home crying. I was terrified to go to school the next day with my broken glasses. But most of all, I was worried about what my teacher was going to say when she seen that her gift was broken. The next day, I kept my head down. I was like this the whole time I was in school, but the teacher took notice of me and called me out. I had no choice but to look up, and I wish I hadn't. The teacher face clearly showed her shocked and disappointed. When she saw my broken glasses, she looked defeated. And at that moment, I knew that she had realized that she cannot help me. It broke something in me. That incident completely changed me. I became an aggressive person. I answered violence with violence. And I wouldn't let anyone get away with talking shit to me. But even though I began to actively defend myself against this bully, I realized that that wasn't making me feel better about myself. That made me realize that my self-hate, I had nothing to do with my bullies. It was me. I was the one who allowed them to convince me that I hated the person that I was. The bully's words only projected on my insecurities, and I was all because I lacked self-love and acceptance of myself. I knew I had to reframe my thinking, and I did that. I learned my definition of beauty, and knowing that I was my unique person made me feel better about myself. Throughout all that, I was able to discover self-love. But to be honest, it's not easy to discover self-love. To be honest, I still struggle to maintain. So I'll find myself facing situations where my self-worth is able to crumble before me. I just try to my best to accept myself for who I am in that moment. Leave all judgment behind. Now, let's go on to the next thing. I want you to set a self-love goal. You just need to love yourself more. I have personally heard that a lot. This term, whenever someone is trying to console me on my failures or rejection, I know it's great advice, but unfortunately, it doesn't make me feel any better about myself. Please excuse the ringing. I'm at the office and it's a lot going on. First come the self-criticism, then you feel angry with yourself. Why can't I just love myself unconditionally? If I did, I wouldn't be facing this and feeling like this. Then here comes the determination. I find myself thinking that starting now, I would learn to love myself fully. I accept all my flaws and not worry about what nobody has to say. I promised myself I would never feel down again due to low self-love, but that doesn't last long. And when you jump back into your old patterns, it just makes you feel like more of a failure. But here is the thing. You cannot jump from self-hate to self-love in an instant. One of the main reasons we fail to achieve self-love is because we set goals too high. It's easy to love yourself when life is going well, but self-love that comes too easy is too fast to crumble when life attacks. When things don't go well and they are just too many negative thoughts around you, all the thoughts of loving yourself will take a backseat. Those are the times when you really trust your self-love, and unfortunately, most of us fail. We fail because we set the expectations too high too early, and we take the process for granted. It takes time to truly love yourself. When you're happy, sad, uncomfortable, faced with judgment, and when you are going through something So set smaller goals for yourself. The next time you are feeling down, remind yourself of all the reasons to love yourself and define yourself against the negative feelings. It may feel weird at first and you may fail to calm your emotions in the first few attempts, but remember this, in the process, just take one step at a time to go rewind back to today's topic. You cannot give what you don't have. What I am trying to teach you today is how to love yourself the right way so that you can go out in the world and put your best foot forward. If you love yourself, you can love others properly. If you respect yourself, you can respect others. You praise yourself, you can praise others. Now, I'm going to end this episode here. Let me know if this episode was helpful or overwhelming. Did it challenge you? Your reality, was you able to relate to it? Tell me how you are feeling in the comments below. Now, for people who are looking for more serious help with self-healing, and for those who want to learn more skills and live their life unapologetically, I would love to invite you to our Facebook group called Let Rose Speak Sisterhood. Join our group where you can heal with people with similar experience. In this group, we have weekly challenges, monthly live sessions where you can ask me questions about self-healing, self-love, personal development. This group is also a judge-free zone. In this group, we support and love each other. And so if you like to join our group, you can click the link in the description below, or you could directly search us up on Facebook, and go to the groups tab and look up Let Rose Speak Sisterhood. If you enjoyed today's video, leave me a comment below. I love to reply to your comments and talk to my beautiful sisters. If this episode helped you, do not miss the next one. To get notifications when I upload a new episode, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And I want to apologize beforehand about all the background noise, because I'm in the office and I tried to do it at night, it didn't work. And then I tried to do it early in the daytime, it didn't work. Like, people's here all the time. And I tried to soundproof this office, but it didn't work. So I love you guys. See you next week.